Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a pair of Verizon E9020 cordless telephones. And the handset to one of the bases is right, here's one of the bases here, and then the handset is here. And then we have another handset and base unit here. And this handset is all apart, and that goes to this base. And basically these are Donna's telephones from Arizona. And basically what Donna has wrote a little note talking about how the handsets both have buttons that don't function properly. And so to kind of show you a little bit of, because once in a while we'll do videos on keypads and things, and I've always said, you know, you got to be very careful about what you clean these keypads with and the boards. Now some boards have metal traces and they're not too hard to deal with. But these keypads, they have conductive material on them, and you have to be very careful about how you clean these. And also there's some expensive repair kits out there that you can put the conductive material back on. And basically I don't like to use them because what happens is I have my own way that I've designed that I repair these. And, you know, I don't really ever show that because it's my design and it's the way I repair them. But I don't use any kind of liquids or glues or any kind of conductive material, you know, because what can happen is some of that conductive material that you buy in kits can actually more or less melt the little buttons, what's already on there, so you got to clean them off real good. It's just a real pain in the neck, and it's kind of a waste of money. And I've come up with a way that I've been doing it for years, and we're going to kind of do some checks on this. Now, this telephone here, this handset here, I'll show you real quick. That was the speakerphone option. Some of her buttons don't work. I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to try to hit the talk button to turn it on, and that does not turn it on. So we're missing some of the functions on the buttons on this one also. So we're going to have to get into this one and repair it also. But this will kind of give you an ideal. Now I always use my meter when I'm testing these, but this will kind of give you a little hint of what you could use to test it. This is a little setup that I have here with a 9-volt battery, and it's a little test jig that I have. And basically what you can do is when I touch these two leads together, you're going to see the red light. So basically what we do is you could, in a sense, and this is more for the video why I set this up, I can take these two paper clips that I have here as my probes, and I can go through this keypad, and you'll see the light every time I touch. Now the light will either, the LED will either not light if the key is bad, or it'll be very dim. Okay, that was me touching the probes. Now if I start down here, you can see how bright that light is. I don't know how bright it picks it up on the video, but so we know those buttons are good, the conductive material. And that one, now when you get a dim one, that's still pretty good there. That's still pretty good. You know, you can almost work off the, you know, how bright the LED is if you go like this. And it's always going to be a little less bright when you're going through a conductive material, but that's about what it should be on a key. Now see how dull that is? That key's about shot. It's barely lighting the light. That one's in a little better shape. That one's in places okay. And then we get to our up and down volume, or it's like our little rocker switch. It's up and down volume and some different control functions. Now I'm on these little tiny ones here. I'm going to do these all in a row here, but I'm going to go to the little ones first on the rocker. Now that one's good on the bottom, but the one on the top is no good at all. It barely lights it, and that's shot. So that's got to be redone. It's just not enough. Let's go to this real little one. That's no good. And that's no good. And that just happens to be the talk button. So we know that they can't access the talk button because that's no good. It's not working at all. Now this one is the menu button, and that one is good. We're going to go to these little guys up here. These are for like different functions. That one doesn't seem to be good at all. They're very small, so I got to be careful of how I get on them. That's okay. And that one side is just starting to wear out. That one's not too bad. And this one's not too bad. So in a sense, you can go through and check these keypads. And I'm kind of doing this little setup here, this little test equipment that I made to check the continuity of these keypads. That one's not very good. You can see it's dim, but that one's bright, and this one's bright, and so is that. So after using one of these for a while, you can almost tell which keypad, parts of the keypad are weak or going bad or all the way bad. Now I'm going to come down here, I'm going to test these little buttons down here. Got to be careful, I'm trying to get on them. That one's still good enough. And then this guy right here is good. So you can basically make a piece of test equipment to check the continuity of something, just like I did here, every time I touch them. So it lights your LED. So now we know what's wrong with this keypad. The board has been cleaned. I've done some resoldering on this board also, because once I'm in a telephone and I see something that I don't want to use, or I don't like, I want to resolder parts of that, and I do. Then what we have here is we have a keypad that has been cleaned, and there is a certain way that you want to clean these. You don't want to use certain chemicals. It could be because it can be harmful to the conductive material and wipe them out. So these are very hard to clean. You have to know how to do it. And I have a repair that I've designed for these types of conductive buttons. And it doesn't include any kind of material that you buy, or any kits, or any conductive material that you are supposed to dab over the top of these. And I know some techs have used it and they're unhappy with it, and it never really worked out that well. And so I've come up with a way years ago that I repair these buttons. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to do another video on these two telephones as a checkout. But I kind of wanted to get this part of the video in so that you could basically see that we can literally go in and test these buttons, and if they're nice and bright, I'm going to touch the probes together, hit that LED like that. Now, since you're going through conductive material, that's a little bit of a resistance. So this is the two leads turning, touching together. See how bright that LED is? I don't know how, but you can almost tell. See how dim that is? That button I know for sure is not that great a shape. But if I move down one, the light gets a little better. And we'll move down even another one. So you can almost tell the ones that are going bad. That one's still okay. But above it, on the rocker, which would be the volume up or being able to move the menu up, that's so dim that we know that that's bad. And then we know the talk button is bad. So you can go through and check the keypad that way. But I made this little unit more for the video so I could show you, because my meters have a high-pitched beep, and sometimes on the videos you can't actually pick it up. But this is a neat little piece of test equipment that you can build real simply with some paper clips, a resistor, an LED, 9-volt battery, and battery clip, and you'll always be able to tell the continuity of something. So we know this battery's metal. So it's kind of a handy little piece of equipment that you can utilize in some repairs if you ever need to. And we'll do some repairs on this handset, and then we're going to go for the second handset and kind of get that in on some repair, and we'll get another video together about the two and do a final checkout. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.